This month we're making paper pop-ups. Here's what it looks like folded flat. And then give it a little pop here, and this is what it looks like when it pops up and it's 3D. You'll need some scissors and some glue and the printout that came in the mail. We'll start by poking out this big piece here. The printout is already pre-perforated, so we're going to poke out this big octagonal shape here. Get that all the way poked out. And there's 2 of them on the sheet. Oops. If you get a little spot like that, that's what the scissors are for, is to clean up any rough edges when you pop out the pieces. So we get the big one, and there's another one of those. There's 2 on the page, so we're going to get the second one popped out. And we'll grab the scissors again and clean up that little spot where it didn't poke out quite right. And now we're going to start folding along the pre-scored fold lines. So we're just going to find all those pre-scored fold lines and give them a little fold on both of the pieces. And there is also a little slot right here that needs to get poked out as well on each of them. Okay, so now I'm just going to do all those folds to the second one, and then a little bit more light here. Get all those folds on the second one, and then also poke out that little slot there. Okay, the next shape we want is this one right here. So that is what we're going to pop out next. And it also has a couple of score lines that we want to fold. Time to grab the glue stick because we're going to end up gluing this piece to one of the octagonal pieces. Doesn't matter which one, just pick one. And then on the octagonal piece, we're just going to fold this like that. And then we're going to run like a 1/4 inch worth of glue along the bottom edge of this piece. And we're going to line up that folded octagonal piece right there in the center, right between those 2 score lines. And then open it out, and that should be just about perfect. Yep, and we're just going to glue it like that. Next, we need to pop out the T shapes. And there are going to be 3 of those, and we're just going to pop each of them out. grab one of the longer tees and the piece that we just finished gluing to right here, and we're going to fold it up right along that fold there and insert the tee into the slot. We want the tee inserted in the slot right side down and then white backing side up. We're going to end up putting a little bit of glue here on the end. So right there on the end, that's where we're going to put the glue. So we've got the tee in the slot, we've got the glue on that little part there, and we're going to hold it down like this and just let it glue down right there. With that fold folded like that in the tee in the slot. So if it's done right, then when you open it like that, you can see from the side here, it's going to look like that. So if it's glued to the right spot, that's what it's going to look like when it's opened up. Now we're going to add some glue right along this tab right here. So we just grab the glue and just along that little tab there, rub some glue. And then we're going to fold this other piece down like this and just squish them together. And then we'll, if it's done right, it's going to look like that. And we can just fold it the other way and squish it down too, just to make sure it's folds both ways nice and easy. Okie doke, so now we're going to put the tee into the other one. And oh, no, we don't want the short one. We want the long one. So get another long tee. This time we're putting the tee in the slot right side up and white side down. So this time we have the right side up and the white side down, but it's the same deal. We're just going to put a little bit of glue right there. And then fold it over. Make sure the tee is nice and snug in the slot. And glue it down. And again, a little bit of glue right there on that tab right there, just like the other one. So a little bit of glue there on that tab. Oops, a little bit too much glue. Clean that up a little bit. And then fold that part down, squish them together both ways. Make sure it folds both ways nice and easy. And if you open it up, it should look like that. For this last tee, we're going to put a little bit of glue on it right along here and then glue it to the piece we just made, just like this. So side to side kind of matches up with the tee that's already in the slot. So it'll be nice and centered on there. Just get some glue on there. Just eyeball it, just kind of so it looks like it matches up with the other one. Side to side, it's nice and in the center. And glue it on there like that. Next, we're going to glue the two pieces together, like this. That's how they're going to end up, just like that. So here's how it looks from the back, just like that. That's how they're going to line up. So I'm going to put a bunch of glue right here. Grab my glue stick and get a bunch of glue on there. And then I am going to, get it glued up together, just match it up just like that on the back. Glue it like that, and then I'm going to turn it over, make sure it matches up on the front as well, and just push down. So the main platform of our pop-up is starting to take shape. Yep, it's starting to look pretty good. This is how it looks from the side. So you can see that's what it's supposed to look like from the side. And yeah, it's starting to be 3D. Time to start adding all the little bits and bobs. So first we have to punch them out of the paper, which is going to take a minute. So yeah, just get all the little bits and bobs punched out, and then we can start deciding where we want them to be on the pop-up. I'm going to start holding pieces up and seeing where I want them to end up on the pop-up. You've got those little T shapes that you can put things on. And then there's also, you could attach some stuff to the background if you want. You could attach some stuff to the front part if you want. I think we're going to go with the castle on that back T there. So I'm just going to put a line of glue there along the bottom of my castle. And I'm going to line that up with that back T, and I'm going to press it down. And then I'm just going to make sure that it just glues to the T and nothing else. It doesn't get stuck to anything else besides just that top of that T. I'm going to do the same thing to put the log drop along the middle T. So yeah, I'm just going to figure out which is the bottom of the log drop and run a bead of glue there along the bottom, and then stick it to the T. And then Vic and Kenny are just going to go on that last T there. So a little bit of glue along the bottom of them. Line them up with that last T and pop them on there. Let's see where we want the captain to end up, and Guy, where should he be? That looks pretty good. So just a little bit more glue and pop them on there. Just 2 tabs left to glue, so little glue on this side tab right here, and we want to match it up, but just not overshoot the score line. Just before the score line is where we want it to end up. Otherwise it'll be too tight. So you just want it just before that score line. Same thing on the other side, and then we are good to go. That is it. If you want to fold it flat as a standalone, this is probably the way you want to fold it. That way when you Push down here, pops into place, and then you get your 3D. And if you want to glue the pop-up inside of a card, then you want to fold it this way and put the glue right here and glue those two parts to the card. And then when you open the card, it will pop open like that in the center of the card.